Hello, my friends, and welcome to a new energy update for this week ahead. My name is Rebecca, and if this is your first time joining me, welcome, and thank you so much for tuning in. These energy updates are all directed to tuning into the themes and energetic frequencies of the week, as well as to give you guys a bit of a heads up as to what to expect going forward. And I like to take time before each reading to really dive in deeply into what my guides are saying about the collective energies and as we move forward. So I really hope you guys are enjoying these thus far, and please let me know if you are. It really feels great to know you guys are enjoying them. So to dive into this week, we have a really interesting week ahead. We definitely have this beautiful follow through from last week of truly becoming aware of our humanness, removing the blind spots that we have currently, being honest with ourselves in where we might have spiraled into some toxic behaviors, releasing guilt, releasing the pressure to conform. We have a lot this week around fighting the narrative, pushing new boundaries, and creating new. We also have this theme of feeling like we might be going backwards, but truly we're being accelerated spiritually. We have a theme of following and seeking the path of truth, releasing our personal stories and attachments, and truly letting go of any resentments and honoring our true worth and embracing unconditional love. So we have some beautiful themes that are definitely arising this week. We have kind of this ebb and flow this week. This kind of up and down is kind of what I'm seeing. They're almost showing me like these hills, right? That we're conquering. We're conquering each new hill. We're conquering each new territory and terrain, because this is a beautiful time in history that we truly are creating new life. We're creating new chapters. We've never been in this frequency before, and a lot of us on a collective have been rising out of our old stories and narratives and really being called to embrace our spirituality. And with that, our vibration is steadily rising, and with this raise in vibration, we are truly doing deep healing that has been very intense. So I don't know about you, but I've been finding personally, just in life and kind of what I've been observing, is definitely this up and down. One moment you're on a high, you're doing amazing, and then next it feels like the rug's been pulled out from underneath you. And it's been this amazing energy because it's been helping us really look closely at where we're not living life to our fullest potential, where we want to make adjustments, where we truly want to make those changes to create new. And I've been feeling astrologically the past few months have been incredibly potent, those energies, and those planetary alignments have been playing a very vital role in this time to really help us do this. So truly transform our lives and truly get a hard, steady look at what needs release. So as we've been coming through this period of time, I'm definitely hearing a lot of us are still in that element of struggle where we're really having a hard time perhaps battling these highs and lows, perhaps feeling like we're not fully addressing all of the things that have been coming up because we're just so tired. And I'm just kind of hearing a lot of us are just like, oh my gosh, like this year, the past few years have been so intense energetically and as a collective with everything that has come to pass, these big changes. A lot of us are still recovering. And so this week, we're definitely getting this guidance to acknowledge where rest is needed, where we're needing to slow down and honor what we're feeling, because a lot of us still haven't been able to fully process everything that has happened. And a lot of us are needing to. And so this week I'm really feeling that theme of really addressing what wounds we're still carrying, what wounds need to be filled with love and acknowledgement and acceptance, even from the past 2 years. And I'm just hearing to give yourself time this week, give yourself patience, give yourself love and nurturing. This has been such a theme the past few months of nurture yourself, give yourself what you need, and stop avoiding what you're truly feeling. So this week we have a huge theme around embracing what you feel, embracing your emotional sensitivity, and knowing that it's okay to have a day when you just cry, when you just scream, when you just let it out. And I'm really hearing a lot of us need to do that, especially over the past few years. We need to allow ourselves to really experience how that impacted us, how we're feeling. And I'm not just talking about the pandemic. I'm not just talking about those changes, though, yes, if that resonates with you, absolutely. But I'm just hearing all of those personal changes, all of those human losses that we've experienced, and to know it's okay to grieve your old life. It's okay to grieve whatever you felt the past few years as you've created a new life, because we've had this embrace the new, which is so exciting, but I'm hearing a lot of us have forgotten that key element of grieving what we left behind. And a lot of us are needing to embrace those emotions and embrace being human, okay? We can get this idea of almost like toxic positivity or toxic spirituality, where we move into a place where it's like, well, I know that was all an illusion. I know fear is an illusion. I know my pain is an illusion. I know that's just the human experience. And when I go into my soul self, I know that all is well. And though that might be true, are you disregarding your humanness? Are you forgetting that you are in a human experience, and this experience is meant to be embraced fully? And that means embracing your emotions. And it's like removing that habit of dismissing certain things as right or wrong. So when you feel something, even if it's anger, even if it's like sincere grief or resentment, like things that sometimes we label as wrong or we don't want to actually feel, I'm hearing we need to go into this week. My throat chakra is super tight as I'm saying this. So truth will be revealed. And if you're unsure of how you actually feel, it's time to get reconnected with your emotions this week. Big time. So we're needing to become aware of these blind spots. So where have we turned a blind eye in our current healing or in our spiritual path thus far? And where are we needing to go deeper and truly embrace the truth of our lives right now, the truth of how we feel right now and all that we felt the past while? And how can you honor your humanness? How can you honor your experiences and really allow yourself to validate how you feel? Because I definitely see this theme of avoidance this week, where we're really wanting to go all into the busyness of life. We want to remove the element of emotion. And a lot of us, I'm hearing, have gone through some big changes. And some of you, I feel as well, have had some, I want to say almost trauma the past few weeks, or something, saddening. So if that's resonating for you, this might be a specific message for a few of you, but there's something heavy. And I feel like some of us have gone through something heavy the past few weeks. And if that resonates with you, you are needing to embrace that, okay? Embrace the heaviness. Embrace your sensitivity. Embrace your emotions that you're feeling throughout this transition. Ooh, yeah. So definitely feeling grief here, definitely feeling the need to cry here. And it's like letting yourself do that. You don't have to always be strong and keep things together, and really allow yourself to relabel what strength means, my friends, because embracing your emotions truly is embracing your strength. It is not easy to sometimes be vulnerable and admit to what we're feeling, but that is what we're being called to do this week, is embrace all the feelings, all right? And really become aware of where those blind spots are. Where have you disconnected from yourself? Where are you avoiding? Where are you resisting? Because we know what we resist persists. So this week we are being called to no longer resist how we feel, but to really go in. And to know we have full support in this. We definitely have the presence of some ascended masters coming through this week very strongly, specifically Christ. So however you identify with Christ, that energy is very present. So this unconditional love, this selflessness, this support, this you are loved no matter what. You know, when we review that story of Christ, whether you believe or identify with it or not, it is so touching how that individual truly embodied that unconditional love. And that's exactly what I'm feeling come through this week, is this unconditional loving energy that is holding space for you, that is allowing you to just be wherever you are. So really allow yourself the support, and don't be afraid to ask for help this week. This was really coming in strong. You don't have to go through anything you're going through alone. You might have a story here saying, I need to go through it alone. I don't want to inconvenience others. I don't want to even admit how I feel. And if I speak about it, it's going to hurt. And they're saying, it's okay because it does hurt. And the longer you let it harvest, the more it's hurting you on the inside. So it's like, allow yourself to reach out for help. Ask your angels, ask the Ascended Masters, ask your friends, your family, your soul connections to be there for you this week, because the past while has not been easy to navigate, my friends. The energies have been very chaotic. There's been some big highs and big lows, and it's like, allow yourself to be wherever you are this week, okay? And to know that everything is happening in divine timing, because I'm definitely hearing some of us are getting impatient. We're like, how much longer do I need to keep doing this? How much deeper healing do I need? And I see a lot of us getting a little impatient with our journey, and it, you know, it's valid, right? Like I just said, there's a lot of these highs and lows. It's been hard. And so there's definitely this element I'm feeling where it's like, I'm so tired. I don't want to fight anymore. I don't want to do any of this anymore. And there's an element where we're needing to have that support. We're needing to release and just embrace how we feel, but knowing that divine timing is at work, okay? So trust that even though this week might start off heavy, or we might be feeling some lingering emotion, that everything is unfolding in divine timing. Keep healing yourself. Keep working at it. Don't give up, because the more you heal, the more you're able to release and make more room for new. So it's like, keep going, my friends, and rest and love and allow yourself compassion this week. And really trust that everything is happening just as it should, okay? You are going to reach your dreams. Okay, that brings me definitely to this point of feeling like we're going backwards. So we might be feeling this week like, oh my gosh, I have to revisit how I felt. It's like, I almost want to laugh because it's so relatable. It's just like, oh my gosh, I have to revisit again how I'm feeling, or like, once again, this impatience and this frustration almost wants to come out is what I'm feeling right now. And it's like, yes, okay, there's more to learn. There's more to revisit. There's life lessons here. And what I keep hearing, it's like, you can break free of these patterns. And it's this revisiting of them that helps us do that. It helps break the chain. It helps break that negative pattern and allows us to really get the higher truth. So what is the greatest truth that I can learn from this, or lesson I can take away from this? And how can I allow this to become more of a blessing than a curse? It's like, so when we have these patterns come up that are asking to be looked at again. So if you get triggered this week, if there's certain emotions, old emotions that rise up in you, recognize this is true healing and growth, because it's like they're coming up to be released and healed. And that's within your power to do this week. So don't push them away. Don't disconnect. Feel them, learn from them, and trust you are connected, okay? There's definitely this element of some of us needing that message. You are connected to source. You are connected to your guides. You can connect. You can get your messages. And it's like, bring back that confidence in yourself that you can do this. You are spiritually gifted. Every single one of us is. And embracing that truth that you are worthy of connection and receiving the messages and aid that you need. So ask for it, okay? So with all of these things arising, this is truly catapulting us forward. So as much as it might feel like it's been challenge after challenge, it might feel very emotionally rocky, what I'm just very much hearing, it's like we are releasing some deep, profound wounds, triggers, trauma, even from past lives, even from generational trauma, ancestral wounds, all of these things. And I'm just seeing like it's so deep seated, a lot of these patterns and things that we've been experiencing, these emotions that we've been experiencing. And it's like, get that awareness, because you're not just healing yourself, you're healing the past. You're healing not only the past of this lifetime, but perhaps many other lifetimes. And it's like allowing yourself to get that big picture there and see that you are making change, even if you feel like you're not, even if you're feeling you're stuck, even if you're feeling you have to go back and retrace old steps or old patterns. This is not a step backward. In fact, I was hearing you are making 10 steps forward this week. So just embrace the process. And the key word here is embrace it, okay? Once more, I just keep hearing, don't disconnect. Engage, connect with how you feel, because this is vital healing that you're doing. So take the time, and even if it feels like you're sitting all day in it, allow yourself to do so, okay? And let go of control, okay? Because I'm really hearing we are wanting to control outcomes at this time. We're wanting to control life at this time. And part of that is because we're getting impatient. And part of that is we're fighting the old narrative and we're feeling stuck. So what I'm really getting is almost like this tug of war that I'm seeing. So it's like half of us, a big part of us is like, okay, let's move on. I want to move past this. And then the other part's like, but wait, there's still healing to do. Like, don't move forward yet. And there's this like tug of war, right? And so what I'm really hearing this week for us is really be mindful. Where is the conflict within you? And how can you make sure that you are truly validating each story? Okay. So it's like, once again, fighting that narrative, that push and pull. It's like allowing yourself to see where you're being held back. And I'm doing that in quotation marks. Okay. Seeing where you feel held back. And notice if perhaps there needs to be a change in perception. Maybe there is no conflict. Maybe it's just a change of viewpoint that's needed. So it's like if we're being held back, there's a reason. And it's like getting once more that higher perspective, releasing the story and pressure to do, or that you should be here or you should be meeting this timeline, and allowing yourself to take a step back and go, oh, maybe this is actually for my highest good, that I do pause, that I do take a step back, and that I allow myself to stop fighting. And that's what I was really getting strongly this week, is like, lay down the sword. There's no need to fight this week. Don't fight the things that start happening naturally, and stop trying to force, okay? So there's this big message here. Get into the energy of flow, release control, because we know that no matter what, we are right where we need to be. This is our human experience. And I keep hearing like perfect timing. This is the perfect time, okay? Wherever you are, it's the perfect timing to pursue what lights you up instead of resisting what's not working. Okay, so I'm definitely hearing like, let go of the need to push and pull, to fight, bring about more of this harmony, and realize that sometimes this fighting that we have is really this inspiration to help us create a new path. So if the path we're going down is resisting, maybe that's not the path we're needing to be on at this time. So let it go, get into the flow, and realize that this might be your call to action to create a totally new path. So be open to new, be open to creating, and be mindful. Once more, bring about this awareness. What am I needing to learn right now? What am I being held back for? Is there a reason I'm being held back? And trusting the universe always, knowing that it has our highest good always in mind, okay? And then I also feel this path of follow and seek the path of truth, okay? So releasing our stories is what I wrote. So what is the truth? Right? So once more, what is the truth about your situation right now? I see a lot of us going into where we are currently, and perhaps we're a little unhappy with it. Perhaps we're like, you know what? I much rather would be here by now. And once again, this story that we create that we're not where we need to be, right? So really seek out the truth this week. What is the truth of my situation? How can I find the path of truth? And once we're getting that connectedness to our higher selves and going, what is the ground purpose of my current situation? And then letting go of any of the attachments and resentments we might feel with that. So if we may even be resenting the universe right now, going, I'm doing everything in my power, why aren't you blessing me? Right? We might be feeling that way. And know that that's okay. Once again, we have this message, embrace your emotions. That's how you feel. That is how you feel. There's no judgment on that. But it's like really understanding and getting that bigger picture. Okay, do I believe in a God that makes me suffer? Do I believe in a universe that withholds from me? And really going into those core values once again, like, do I believe that? Or do I actually resonate with the universe, with a God, whatever you identify with? Do you really relate to an energy that actually is unconditionally loving to you? Right? So it's like really going into what is the truth once more and letting go of those attachments of punishment, punishment. That's a big one. That just popped right in. And suffering. So where are we needing to release those attachments to that story that perhaps we've been taught and programmed that we're here to suffer, that we are here to be punished because of our human condition. A lot of us have been raised with those belief systems. So it's like if you relate with that, time to go deep into those subconscious beliefs. Where are we still holding on to attachments to beliefs that no longer resonate with who we are now and where we want to move forward on our spiritual path? And then this leads into our last theme, honoring your worth. Okay, so, and embracing that unconditional love. So once more, we might have been brought up with this belief that we're not worthy because we're imperfect. Perhaps feeling that being human is shameful, that having the emotions we feel are wrong, right? And see how that once again ties into that element of shame that we were talking about in last week's update. So where are we needing to liberate ourselves still of that shame, of that guilt, of just being a human being? And once again, where have we adopted perhaps some toxic beliefs, some toxic positivity or toxic spirituality that is basically shaming us? Okay, because that is not true spirituality. That is not true unconditional love, right? So if we're shaming ourselves for not being where we need to be, okay, quotation marks, or if we are shaming ourselves and going, oh, I'm not good enough, then we do have a flaw in our belief system, right? So it's like, where do I need to liberate myself of these toxic beliefs that really aren't true? And how can I honor my value, my worth, and seeing that even when I feel these lower vibrational emotions, that's okay. And to know I'm not being punished for it. A lot of us even feel like if we feel negative energies, that's going to block our manifestations. Okay? That having anxiety is going to muck up our future energy. But see how that's all connected to punishment? It's like, okay, well, we're going to withhold this from you because you're feeling negative today. See how that really can become a vicious cycle? So this week we're really being told to remove those beliefs. And yes, be mindful of our energies, of course. Change the energies as you can. Embrace the energies as you can. But, that being said, don't view it as punishment, okay? And if you need to clear negative energy, then clear it. There is truth to that, right? Negative energy can go out and surround our areas, can impact our future in that respect, where we're going back into that negative energy. So it's like when we feel those things, release the energy, sage yourself, take a shower, do some energy work, get energy work done, learn how to properly manage your energies, okay? Because that is important. But remember where we need to tweak those belief systems. Are we still holding on to an element of guilt and shame, even in our spiritual practice, okay? Because we are not worthy of that, my friends. We are human. We are human. And start believing that the universe truly does have your back. Start believing and consciously choosing what you believe every single day, and if it is true, right? So once again, get that accurate perception. Is what I believe currently really true, or is it an element of shame that I'm projecting onto myself? Okay, so let's pull a final card for us today. I'm going to just pull a mantra card for us, and we have challenges. Okay, so it says, unbearable situations throw you directly into God's arms if you are open. Please take over, divine, and guide the right actions. Please take this burden and show me your will. Okay, so beautiful card. So really ties in that we might be going through some things, okay? So this week, if that resonates, allow yourself to be open to support. Allow the divine to take over. Really, really ask for help this week, okay? And if you're unsure of what to do next, once more, it's like giving over that burden and allowing the universe to show you where to go next. Viewing the universe as like your trusted parent or friend, right? Instead of this entity that's so disconnected from us, the universe is us. It's part of us, and it's accepting and being open to that unconditional love and support, because the universe always wants to be there for you, my friends. So begin to believe it. Change those belief systems that have said otherwise. We are truly unlearning so many of these old paradigms and narratives, and it's like, it's time to let them go and release them fully so we can truly welcome in this new world, this new life that we are creating for ourselves. So don't give up, okay? Everything is happening in divine timing. So keep going, keep trusting. The universe has your back and wants to be there for you. So don't deny yourself, don't disconnect, and realize that all those heavy emotions this week are truly coming up for healing, for release, and accelerating us further than you would ever imagine. So ebb and flow this week. Trust the unfolding of your life. When it becomes unbearable, ask for a helping hand. Book a session with someone who can support you. Throw your burden on God, on the universe, on your guides. Don't be afraid. Okay, allow yourself to not suffer through this experience, but be supported through it. All right, and know that there is so much support available to you now, my friends. So that being said, if you are needing help this week, please reach out. I'm more than happy to connect with each of you to do sessions. I'm offering beautiful combinations of Reiki, channeling your guides live as we go, as well as cards and some time for talk and chat and intuitive talk, where I tune into your guides just like these energy updates and channel whatever they need to say to you you, and whatever questions you have, I will channel their answers. So that would be under my deep healing sessions that I'm offering. So if that is something that you would like to do, please reach out. I'll have my website linked in my bio or below where you can book your session. Sending you all so much love and light. Have a beautiful and blessed week, my friends. Bye.